Okay, so we're here at the Biologists at 100 conference with Dan Gorelick and Alejandra Clark. And you guys have recently published a preprint explaining your new fast and fair peer review system and how the trial has gone. So could you tell me more about that, please?
Yes, it's been amazing. Authors submit to Biology Open, and we provide a decision with reviews within 7 business days of submission.
And how are you managing to do 7 business days?
So Alejandra's established a very rigorous workflow. So there are tight deadlines between when the manuscript is submitted, it gets reviewed by her team, it gets sent to an academic editor, etc. And the important thing is we've pre-recruited peer reviewers who have agreed to provide a review within 4 business days of us requesting it. And that's really the key to having this timeline work.
So there's no searching involved anymore.
There's no searching. Right. In the typical peer review system, which of course I have also done as an academic, right? I'll get a request to handle a manuscript, and then I will spend hours, sometimes days, trying to find peer reviewers, right? Going through dozens before I find 2 or 3 that will accept. In our case, we've pre-contracted with reviewers that have relevant expertise for the types of papers we receive. So they've already agreed that if we send them a request to review, they have 1 business day to accept or reject our request. And if they accept, they have 4 business days to provide us a review.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. And so in setting up this experiment, is that the right word?
Yeah, experiment, yeah.
What was the inspiration behind doing the experiment for this?
So I hate as a scientist having to wait so long for my papers to be reviewed. And I think it's unconscionable that so many scientists are working as peer reviewers for free for a lot of companies that are making money off of a free service that we're providing, and there's no accountability. So as a reviewer, if I submit a review that's low quality, I've never, in my 13 years running a lab, I've never received feedback. Nobody has ever told me this review is great or this review needs improvement and here's how it could improve. And I thought, we can fix this, right? If we just develop a system where reviewers are accountable, right? So we pay them, there's reward, and there's also accountability. If your review is not the best, we will give you feedback to improve. And if it's really low quality, we won't pay you and we won't ask you to review for us again.
Yeah, nice. I think it's very useful for reviewers and people who want to learn how to review better. So you've done this, and so you've also had the experiment, and now you have the preprint out. So what was the feedback like from the authors in the experiment, so the ones who had their papers reviewed? And have you had feedback from the community as well, now that the preprint is out as well?
Yes. Yes, Alejandra, do you want to take this question?
Yeah, so from the authors, we've had a few people who responded quite positively about the quick turnaround. We just met a person here at the conference as well, who was an author, and she was very pleased with her timings. And from the community, now that the preprint is out, there seems to be a lot of, again, positive responses about the initiative in general. And also people at the conference and online wanting to be reviewers.
Yeah, I was going to say, you must have had an influx of people coming in now who want to join your reviewer pool.
Yes.
Yes, we have. And in fact, I haven't even posted on social media the link to apply. I will do that after this interview so that people can stop emailing me and they can just go to this link.
Yeah, okay. And I guess, what do you think the sort of broader impact of this will be in the publishing world? Like, how do you think it's going to change how peer review is done in the future?
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I think scientists should not have to wait more than a week, maybe 2 if it's a complicated, manuscript, to get reviews back.
Yeah.
We all have things to do. We need to publish these papers to get grants, to go up for tenure, to get promoted. So there's that selfish aspect, right? I want this to happen faster, but also for the world. I mean, the faster things are published, right? The faster discoveries are publicized, the faster people can decide whether this is worth following up or not. Science as a whole will benefit.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the things I've heard has been a real benefit of preprints as well, was the speed at which you could get your preprint out. And now you're speeding up the process to getting
absolutely. And people should still preprint. This is completely separate. You should still preprint your work 100%. If you want the added step of peer review, submit to a journal like ours, and we'll do our best to get you that response back in 7 business days.
Okay. So on kind of the related and final question then, from preLights, we were interested in preprints. So what are your thoughts on the sort of importance of preprints more generally in the publishing world for people?
Preprints are a game changer. I've been preprinting, as far back as I can remember, ever since I first heard about them. I think biologists have been slower to take it up compared to physicists and computer scientists, but that's changing. I think every manuscript should be preprinted first. And then if you want to take the extra step of peer review, go for it. But at least it's out there as a preprint for everybody to read and digest.
Nice. Okay. Well, thank you both for taking the time to come and speak with us this morning. The final day of the conference. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
It's a great time. Liverpool. Everybody sounds like Paul McCartney. It's great. I love it.
We'll put the link to your preprint in the comments of this video as well, so people can go and find it there. And if there's any links for the signing for the reviewers, we could put that there as well.
Perfect.
Yeah?
That would be great.
Yeah, so we'll
can I just add, it's been an absolute pleasure working with Alejandra and the entire team at the Company of Biologists. They were instrumental in making this happen. So thank you, Alejandra.
That's very nice to hear. So thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the conference.